What's the name of the place that we're at? Can you say it? The date is June 18th, 2016. I am scheduled to leave Chiangmai in a few days. This morning I woke up, had a brief breakfast, and then afterwards biked 2 hours up the mountain. I arrived at Doi Sitep. Because I was scheduled to leave in a few days, I wanted to go somewhere special before leaving the country. The economy in Chiang Mai is clearly funded by tourism. There are currency exchange booths around the city and several tour offices on each street. In fact, according to one site, 70% of the population in Chiang Mai are foreigners. I wanted to see some more of Chiang Mai, but not the overpopulated tourist areas. This led me to an adventure to find the peaceful temple of Doi Poi. After the question and answer session at the Raw Till 4 Bake Festival with Harley and Freely, I met a new friend, Phoebe, who was more than willing to go on an adventure with me. The rumor was that the road to Doi Poi was easy to find. All the way up the first half of the mountain to Doi Sitep, there was only one way to go, and that was up. So that's what we thought. At the halfway point, we left our bikes there and locked them up to trees. Then we asked someone in a sung tao, which is like a local taxi, to bring us up to the top of the mountain. The taxi dropped us off at what we thought was the top of the mountain. However, it wasn't really the top of the mountain. It was just the part where the taxi stopped because the rest of the way up is too dangerous. At least too dangerous to go by a rickety truck. What we didn't anticipate is that the road kept forking off into T's. We could go left or right. Each time we got to a T in the road or a fork in the road, we would basically say, let's pick which way do you want to go, left or right. We heard the top was beautiful, but we didn't know if we were just going to an overlook or some type of special temples at the top. All we knew is that it was going to be very peaceful up there, with beautiful views. When we finally almost reached the top, we were about 0.25 of a mile away. The person I was with asked if we should just turn around. It seemed like we were in the middle of a forest hiking on a little road and nothing else was going to be out there. Until finally, a truck went by and pointed us in the direction and said, keep going, it's nearby. So we finished hiking on the road until we finally reached the end of it. At the end of the road, which was very narrow, we finally found the temple. Right now we're walking to where we think is Doi Poi. Okay. And we have about a quarter of a mile left on the road. It's a really beautiful walk. After a long, treacherous bike ride and then a short taxi ride and then a long hike, we finally reached the Buddhist temple at the top. We believe, we're not sure exactly where this is, but it's way up in the mountains in Thailand, and there's just a monk in there. I don't know if you can see him or not.
It's just a statue.
And we think the monk is a statue because he's so still. We thought this was a real guy just sitting real still, but then that we realized it's probably a sculpture. We keep seeing this guy all around. We're not sure exactly who he is, but I see him all over Thailand near the temples. Maybe someone can comment on that a little bit. We're pretty far up in the mountains. There's overlook over here. Buddha.